Hi friends, Megan here, and this is Jessie.
Hi.
Jessie, are you crying? What's wrong?
Well, my brother and I were playing in the yard and we found a turtle. He looked like he was hurt. So my mom thinks that Mrs. Jones' mean old cat Felix got him.
Oh no, what did you do?
We put him in a box with rocks and grass and water to keep him safe. We even tried to feed him some carrots, but when I went to check on him this morning, he was dead.
Oh, Jessie, I'm so sorry. Death is a terrible thing. It reminds us of how sin messed up the good world that God made. When Jesus comes back to earth, though, he will make things right again. He will do away with sickness, sin, and death forever.
He will?
Yes, Jesus has power over death. Let me tell you a story today about how Jesus raised his friend Lazarus from the dead. A man named Lazarus lived in the land of Judea with his two sisters, Mary and Martha. Lazarus and Jesus were friends. One day, Lazarus got sick. Mary and Martha sent a message to Jesus. "Lord, your friend Lazarus is sick," they said. Jesus said to his friends, the disciples, "Lazarus' sickness will not end in death. This sickness will show how great God is and how great the Son of God is." Jesus did not go to see Lazarus right away. He stayed where he was for 2 more days. Then he told his friends, "Let's go back to the land of Judea. Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I am going to go wake him up." Jesus' friends thought that Lazarus was just resting, but Jesus said, "Lazarus has died." By the time Jesus got to the place Lazarus had lived, Lazarus had been buried in a tomb for 4 days. Martha hurried to meet Jesus. "Lord, if you had been here, my brother Lazarus would not have died." But Martha knew Jesus could do a miracle. "I know God will give you whatever you ask from him," she said. Jesus said, "Your brother will rise again." Martha believed Jesus. She thought Lazarus would rise from the dead at the end of time. But Jesus said, "I am the resurrection and the life." He said that people who believe in him may die in their bodies, but God will raise them from the dead. "Do you believe this?" Jesus asked. Martha said, "Yes, Lord. I believe you are the Messiah, the Son of God." Then Martha went home to get her sister Mary. Mary came and fell at Jesus' feet. She said, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother Lazarus would not have died." Mary was crying, and Jesus cried too. Mary took Jesus to the place where Lazarus was buried. It was a cave, and a big stone covered the opening. Jesus told the people to move the stone. The stone was moved out of the way. Jesus looked up to heaven and said, "Father, I thank you that you have heard me." Then Jesus shouted, "Lazarus, come out!" Lazarus came out of the tomb wrapped in linen and cloth. He was alive! Jesus said, "Unwrap him and let him go." Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. He showed that he has power over death. Jesus died on the cross for our sin and rose from the dead. Those who trust in Jesus will live forever with him.